Hi there, thanks for coming back to my channel. You're very welcome. My name is Mike Pitt. I make videos about marketing, business and crypto so that you can grow your business, increase your profits and increase your portfolios. The title for today's video is Awario Social Listening Tool Review. Before I get into the main content of the video, I'm going to put my socials on screen now. So if you're active on any of those platforms, particularly the TikTok people, they always seem to be very lively. If you're active on any of those platforms, connect with me there, follow me there, and I will reciprocate and send messages, etc. Now, there are a couple of reasons, very good reasons, from a business perspective, why you would need a social listening tool. The first one, and in these times that we've been through, and they've been quite challenging in many aspects because of the global pandemic, and people downsizing the amount of business they do. So the first reason for using a social listening tool is lead generation. So as people have been more confined to their houses, and obviously this is changing around the world and people are at different stages of being restricted, lead generation via social listening tool is an excellent way of growing your business and improving your level of opportunity for your business. So lead generation is one reason to have a social listening tool. The second reason to have a social listening tool is to monitor what people are saying about your brand. They may be saying things that are that constitute misinformation, or they may be saying things intentionally negative because they're competitors. Either way, you can set up your alerts on a social listening tool, and we're going to show you that in detail. And then monitor these conversations and respond to them objectively, positively, and correct any misinformation that's been spread about your company, the individuals that run your company, or any particular brand or service that you have. So those are two very good reasons to use a social listening tool. I'm going to move from this view now to the screencast view, and then I'll come back at the end and just wrap up. Okay, so I've switched to the screencast view. I want to share my first impressions of this social listening tool. So let me just sign in for you. It's the tool is called Awario, and it's brand monitoring tool. So that's social listening, keeping track on how many times your company and products have been mentioned. So let's first of all open the website. We're going to open the website, and I've not got a login, so I will set up an account. So let's do that now. Start your free trial. Okay. So I'm just putting in my email address. And then I'm going to create my account. Right, the first steps are to create a project. So let me put in a brand name. Okay, product description. Competitors. Create project. I need to connect my social account to Awario to help you find more results on social media faster, so I will do that. Add hashtags to your alert settings to start monitoring Instagram. Connect an account to Awario to help. Okay, let's connect Twitter. So I'm going to have to log into Twitter here. So let's do that now. Just as that's loading. So I'm going to put in my Twitter credentials. Okay, now let's connect YouTube. So we'll connect YouTube. Okay, I can see now already we're getting, without connecting Instagram or Vimeo, we're getting some mentions here. Okay, I made some quick amendments. So I replaced the agency called Pulse with a company called Considered Content, and I added myself as a mention as well. I've added some hashtags to Instagram as well, just to see what data that throws up. So it's okay, here I am inside the Awario tool. I've added in the keywords, Marketing Fundamentals Limited, name of my company, a designated competitor called Considered Content, and I've also added in my name, and I've added the accounts of my Twitter account and my YouTube account. I've not added my Instagram or Vimeo accounts, although you can see from what's on screen now, there is an option to do that. More accounts will give the software more potential to find mentions for you. I just want to go in here and show you my account settings. So let's click here, settings for Marketing Fundamentals. So I could as you can see, I could connect to my Instagram page. I'm not going to do that at this point. I'm going to show you the alerts. So here are the alerts that I've set up. I've set up an alert for marketing fundamentals. And in the short time this has been running, I've had 5,000 mentions. The designated competitor considered content has 987 mentions. My name has 5,000 mentions. So those are the settings. Let's look at the leads. So I've added in some product description, and this was part of the setup process. And content marketing competitors, I changed that from pulse to considered content because the word pulse was too generic. It was the name of a marketing agency, but it's also too generic. So let's resave that. Yes. So now the mentions will not reflect pulse. And that's quite confusing because every time the word pulse was mentioned online, it was thrown into the mentions, and that's obviously not my original intention. My intention was to have the pulse agency reference. So it's something that you need to just think about. It's a teething problem, not really of the software, but just in terms of the keywords that you add. They need to be, if you're competing against brands or thinking about competitors and brands, they need to be brand names, limited company names, etc., not generic words used in the English language that will throw up lots and lots of mentions that will be irrelevant for you. Okay, so those are, let's go and have a look at what results we've had. So 1.7k mentions, and the topic cloud is around video content marketing. Here's some of the mentions, and let's have a quick look at the top influencers. Oh, I need to upgrade to see the top influencers. So what I'll do is I'll come back to the mentions and scroll down those, but I want to show you some of the data that's been collected. So let's have a look at the mention statistics. Okay, 2.4k mentions, predominantly male. Okay, and language is English, as you'd expect. Author age, that's quite interesting, 25 through to 54. And then the topics, and then some of the mentions there. The mentions are obviously very specific to my searches. Let's have a look at the alert comparison. So in terms of this now compares Marketing Fundamentals Limited, I think, to considered content. Share of voice in the mentions, 87.2% for Marketing Fundamentals Limited, 12.8% for considered content. So that's it. In gender split, mainly male. And anything else of note? Languages of English, both English predominantly. And then share of voice, so Marketing Fundamentals has a larger share of voice. And then a breakdown. This is useful. Breakdown of share of voice via age. So that's interesting. Something that you can help tailor your creative output based on that. And then some of the actual mentions. I'm not going to go through all the mentions in this video because that would make it a very, very long video. And this is a very effective tool in pulling together those mentions. I originally signed up a couple of days ago, and then I wanted to let the software run for a couple of days and see what the results were. And as you can see, there are a lot of mentions for Marketing Fundamentals. Let's go back here, and there were some mentions for the competitor and mentions for myself as Mike Pitt as a search term. So let's have a look at these. And a lot of these are going to be around, for both, for my company and the competitor, they'll be around the words content marketing, because that was one of the hashtags and search terms I loaded into the alert. So yes, you're going to get a lot of mentions, and you'll be able to respond accordingly. And this is something you could designate to one of your team members, and then you can start to generate leads. Now, there are a lot of other lead sources for B2B businesses, but this is definitely one that could be very strong. I think the more that you put into it, so if you go to some of the other tiers of pricing, so I just want to go, let's click on upgrade for a moment, and I can show you the pricing tiers. Most of my viewers will be in small to medium-sized companies, so perhaps they want the Pro version, which offers 15 topics to monitor, 300,000 mentions a month, 15,000 stored mentions per topic, and up to 10 team members. I think that might be preferable for most. There will be some enterprise level viewers as well. So that package with up to 1 million new mentions a month, 50,000 stored mentions per topic might be more suitable. And if you're a solopreneur, then perhaps you'd start off with this and maybe migrate to the Pro package as your team grows. So that's how you access this data. Let's go back to Marketing Fundamentals Limited. I think it's very useful in terms of identifying leads. So if you just were to pick up one lead from using this tool, it already more than pays for itself, and you're more than likely to pick up more than one lead, and then that will sort of help you in communicating with prospects and people who you don't even know are entering what we call the sales funnel. So yeah, this is my overview of Awario. I think it's a very useful tool. I think you should consider using it. I will put a link to the website below. I hope you enjoyed the review. What did you think? Is it a tool you're going to get on board with straight away? If so, there's a link in the description below. So just click on that link and you'll go through to Awario, and they'll give you they'll help you set up the right package for your company and for your team members. Thanks for watching all the way through. If you've liked this video, give me a like. Click on one or two thumbnails to watch another video from me. I look forward to speaking to you next time. Thanks. Bye bye.